Another question, considering a majority of our audience is women, what advice do you have specifically for women professionals trying to reduce potential for drama in the workplace?
I'm so glad you asked that. I hope to have time to put it in my talk and I didn't, but I picked the stories that I shared with you, the personal stories, for a very specific reason. And that is because I get concerned sometimes that we as women here's so many mixed messages. We are supposed to be worried about being both competent and likable. We hear about the imposter syndrome. We hear about, ways in which we might need to be more like men in the workplace. I mean, the messages that we get and the way in which we're bombarded with advice as women, I think really ends up leading to a lot of confusion. And I can tell you, certainly the way that I've handled it, and if this resonates with anyone else, that would be great, which is I just don't forget who I am. And I've, kind of like the story I told you about sticking true to my own principles of putting family first. I've never wavered from that. And not only is it a responsibility for me, but again, it's something that I feel is really important for other women. So I scream it at the top of my lungs. I was never the person who said, oh, I've got a meeting and you can't call me during that time. I would say I'm going to my son's baseball game. So, I am completely unavailable then. But as you know, I'm incredibly reliable and hardworking. So I'll be available at another time. And so all of the stories were really meant to paint a picture of you have to be you. You have to authentically be you. And, the way that I handle things may not be the way that you handle things. That's okay. So certainly taking advice and studying and trying to figure out a good leadership style is a good thing. But my biggest piece of advice for women leaders is find your voice, use your voice, and be authentic and committed to it at all times.